Yes, I love the fact that you could have a lucky moment that might change your stars. I love the fact even more that we can do it ourselves. We can take control of our own destiny despite all the negativity around us. This morning you can see I'm in my happy place because we have brought together a truly phenomenal panel that makes a very compelling case for tapping into purpose to ignite your career. And there are several innovative paths to explore, one of which is Shadow Careers. In their own words, they're a unique job creation initiative designed to assist the excluded youth in gaining access to permanent employment within specifically the contact center industry. And joining us is one of the founders of Shadow Careers, Director Ajoa Ayivor, along with two perfect ambassadors for their movement, Carla Busak and Vuyasile Segenu. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for doing what you're doing. In fact, can we just start off with this recognition? As of last Thursday, as I understand it, Ajoa, 1,000 successful job placements. Can we get a round of applause for that? In itself, that is how you push back. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. It is such a pleasure to be here, to be able to share our story and to have these incredible young people here to share their story. They really are what makes us who we are, and without them, without their purpose and their drive, Shadow Careers would not exist. So it's absolutely amazing to be here.
And to see this play out is incredible because I know how difficult and challenging this is on every level. Let's start with Shadow Careers. Why go all in? How did this come about? Because this feels like such a simple answer to the need that is there, but you have taken this to quite a nuanced level to ensure success. How do you guys do your job?
So we were very intentional about making sure that we created opportunities for young people to have sustainable careers. And what did that mean? It meant making sure that while they were in our program over the 3 months, they would receive everything that they needed in order to prepare them for the careers that they were going into. We are role ready. We make sure that there's an employer waiting for them at the end of their 12 weeks. The employers are pretty incredible. They get involved early on. They get to know the guys so that once they go into this work environment, they feel that they're supported and cared for.
And that's the difference. It's a mental relationship from a structure, which I absolutely love, and it's working. Well, Yasila, I'm going to start with you, my friend, because your energy, I think we match each other, energy for energy, my brother, which I absolutely love. I'd like you to take a step back for us. Where were you mentally, maybe emotionally? Where were you before this opportunity came about? Give us a sense of where you were in your life and how you connected with Job Shadows.
I was actually getting frustrated in terms of looking for work and looking to start a career for myself because I really have big dreams. And because of now, in a year or two, I'm turning 35, I was getting frustrated in terms of I won't be a priority when I...
You're not in that youth zone.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no, even though I look youthful, but... but I was really, at that point, getting frustrated. And then when Shadow came, I was like, I'm taking this all in. I'm throwing in my body, my feet, everything in, even my hair into this. And then through the 12-week program, I started unpeeling the traumas, everything, expectations, everything that happened. And I started seeing myself in a new light because they prepare you not just mentally and the industry, what it is, but also as a person, resilient, how to be resilient, how to be agile, how to deal with stress, how to see yourself from a different perspective than before. So it's been really a good journey, and they connected to me now to this beautiful company that's asking me, where do you want to go? How
They've
far can we
invested in you, and I absolutely love that, and they're getting their rewards for that. Carla, you are nodding your head emphatically. This is a very exciting journey, but it must be terrifying when you've actually got to action this. What has the journey been like for you? Has something shocked you through this journey, and what was the most challenging part?
Yes, for me, I had social anxiety. Like my mom used to say, Carla, here's a job opportunity for you. I would go, but I wouldn't go at the same time. Like I was so nervous. I wasn't sure, is it for me? I was like like, didn't know where I want to be. I was a young person, and then I got the recommendation from one of the staff members at Shadow. And she was speaking to me, and she was telling me all about Shadow. Then I told myself, like, I think that is for me. Let it bring me out of my shadow, let me show myself,
Literally,
maybe.
yeah.
Because I was very introverted. I can speak, but just nervous. But today I am very well at where I am. Shadow gave me so much tools and gave me so much soft skills, professionalism. Like, I am perfect where I am today.
What I'm loving the most about this is we're playing in the so-called CSI, the NGO space, but I'm hearing corporate speak, I'm hearing sales speak, I'm hearing deliverables, I'm hearing action within the real world. I love this. And here you are, nervous to speak, but speaking in front of millions of people right now, telling your story. This panel is not going anywhere. We've got 2 more discussions coming your way. We're going to delve into what you can do to activate your career by tapping into that purpose. And we'll keep all of the details of all of these amazing organizations and people up on our socials so you can ask questions and plug in. But I think shadowcareers.co is a great place to start. Our panel is going nowhere. If you've got any questions, insights in the job hunting world and how you've used purpose to activate, to ignite that career, we'd love to hear from you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we return to the empowering platform that purpose offers in igniting our careers. And we are joined by, well, she's my spirit animal, really, Janine Bjerkes, a dynamic entrepreneur at the helm of Just Pink, the purpose-driven movement, I'm going to call it, creating waves with dynamic retail solutions. They're just doing it differently. And speaking then to the broader conversation of building that critical trust to bridge the employment gap. One of the most, I think, plugged-in minds and open hearts I've certainly encountered in this space. Dominic Wilhelm, the executive director of the Global Trust Project and a force within an incredible organization, Go Green Africa, another movement. And I'm loving the fact that we are moving in the space. So thank you so much for the influence both of you have had on my little brain, and thank you for being here. So, Janine, let's break it down. So you have an amazing job within an amazing organization. You have one encounter with this World of Work Expo. You plug into young people, chuck it all, and change your life forever, plugging into purpose. Is that about right?
Yes, that's about right.
Talk us through your journey a little bit, because you've tapped into purpose on a different level.
Yes. I think, working in corporate for the last about 25 years, I think there was a big thing for me about purpose. And I felt that like I should be doing more. And working in the spaces where I was working with young women that really just needed to be upskilled and, spend a bit of time with them and given hope and opportunity, I just felt that there was much more. So I decided to leave corporate about 6 months ago and breathe life into my business called Just Pink. And, it is one of the most fulfilling spaces to work in, but also one of the hardest. And you know that, because there's so much you want to do.
Well, there's trauma. There's a lot of trauma in that space.
Yeah. And I think, the big thing, and Dominic and I were also talking this morning, you need to gain the kids' trust. You need to gain the girls' trust, to really want more for themselves and to know that there's hope and opportunity. And I think that has been the big thing for me, but so fulfilling. And it's so amazing to work in this space. Yeah.
And thank you for doing that on behalf of the young girls that you are, that live through you. It's amazing. Dom, I can literally see the words and the numbers floating around in your head here, because you're kind of doing the checks and balances every day. And when we talk about that trust deficit, there is such a disconnect. How come we have so many jobs, so many people needing jobs, and never the two will connect? There seems to be something missing. And when you hear about the emotional journey that's required to bring a person successfully into the world of work, you start to understand. But maybe we can take a step back and look at that word trust. What does that mean in this context?
So few people actually ask that question, what is trust? We talk about a trust deficit, how do you build trust? Trust is missing, etc. But that's exactly the place to start, to my mind at least anyway. What is trust? So let's demystify it. It's not rocket science, even though the research goes back over 6 decades, and common sense tells us that trust is 3 things. It comprises 3 things, or it's produced by 3 things. The first is integrity. Does Graham have integrity? Okay. The second is benevolence. Does Graham have benevolence? And thirdly, capabilities. Does Graham have capabilities? What I'm essentially asking, implicitly or explicitly, depending how I approach it, is Graham a good guy? Is Graham considerate? And has Graham got skills, okay, to do what he does? And clearly, I've known you for several months.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Well, we're trying at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
Yeah, we're in the mix. Yeah.
Just for the record, but to the degree to which we can see that in each other is the degree to which we trust each other. So that's trust, integrity, benevolence, and capabilities.
That says to me we've got to put ourselves out there because these are very raw, real human emotions. And if we're going to invest in particular in women,
Yeah.
because you've focused on women
Yes.
in
Yeah.
empowering young women
And
coming from,
upskilling.
I'm going to say the crucible, the fire
Yeah.
of the most challenging
Incredible, yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
How do you bridge that gap? Because in 6 months, you've already turned people's
Yeah.
lives around. What is key to creating that trust when you're working one-on-one with especially young women in this space?
Yeah, I think it's to know that they need to understand that they are seen. You know, they are seen and they are heard, and that what's inside of them matters. And I think that's the big thing, is also to tell them that there is hope, there is opportunity, you can reach out. Someone does get you, does understand you. Let's try and sort out this, and let's bite it off in bite-sized chunks.
Yeah, one step at a time.
One
yeah.
step at a time, you know, because it doesn't mean that you can't attain your drivers, or you can't go study, or you can't possibly get a bursary, or you can't actually get work experience. Because remember, one of the biggest things is work experience, right? So off the bat, when they've left school and they've matriculated and they've gotten there, it's kind of like, I can't find any jobs because I don't have the experience. So working with them from the age of 16 already, you kind of work with them in terms of what it's like, okay, what is a career? But also, how do you do a CV? You know, what does adulting look like? What does that look like? Yeah, and how do I deal with everything else life has thrown at me and kind of put my best foot forward still to know that that is attainable. I can get there. Actually, someone is helping, but they must want it. So you kind of nurture the want, and yeah.
And I know there are a lot of organizations, and I want you to think about this, Dom, for just a little bit, that are terrified at hearing this because this requires a full investment. I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to, and it's sectors that need to do this, government needs to do this, all our big organizations. What do we need to do to allow this workforce to trust that we have their best interests at heart? There is an investment required, but the rewards are untapped and they are amazing, and that's what we're going to focus on. So we're going to bring our panel back in just a moment to look at how organizations and individuals can use this purpose to ignite your career. And if you've got any questions or any beautiful insights in your own journey, please share them with us on our socials. We'll keep this conversation going for as long as we can, and we'll keep all of these amazing human beings' details up for as long as possible so you can plug in. We are talking about purpose and how you can use it to ignite your career.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we connect with Ajoa, Carla, Vuyisile, Janine, and Dominic for our final session focused on purpose and how it is a dynamic and probably the most powerful fuel that we can use to ignite or maybe reignite our careers. Thank you so much for being the voice that you are today. Ajoa, I'm going to connect with you once again. You are fast becoming my spirit animal. You might be pushing Janine off that pedestal. What I love about what you have done is you've almost ensured success by becoming hyper-focused in one space within call centers. You've got deliverables, you know the culture, you're able to make that transition so much easier. As a result, you've rebranded the Cape Flats. You are rebranding an area that people would think is a pit of despair. You're turning it into an investment. For those organizations who want to plug into that, what advice do you have?
So I think that what needs to happen is this mindset of what youth unemployment looks like and how it can be eradicated needs to change. I feel that organizations like Shadow, which are very innovative, and because we're innovative, we don't really get to participate in most of the funding which is out there. So I encourage you to look at these young people that we've brought today. They are 2 of 1,000, and they are the future of South Africa. And once they are given an opportunity, they will run with it and they will do many incredible things. So that's what I encourage them to do.
I love that. And most South Africans, 99.9% have overcome challenges that will make them amazing, in your workforce. Dominic, I'm going to put this to you because it feels like a golden opportunity. If you're going to invest in culture at this level, bringing people in at that that foundation phase, this is an opportunity to build your company in a beautiful way. But how do we keep or build that trust for those employers out there wanting to connect with this market? How do they get that right?
Yeah. So if I understand your question correctly, it's how does the employer build trust with the potential employee? It's a brilliant question. So it's a two-way street. The employee wants to build trust, or the candidate wants to build trust with the company, and vice versa. With regards to the employer in particular, those three characteristics again: what is good, what is considerate, and what is capable. So how is the employer showing that they are good to the market? Right, okay. What is their sense of integrity? Do they have a sense of an ethical center? And what is good in this economy, in this context? With regards to benevolence, how they be considerate, not only for their customers, but also for their candidate, showing sincere interest in that person's development.
Authenticity, yeah.
Exactly. And the third, with regards to capabilities, you can put whatever you want on your shop front, but what capabilities are you bringing to nurture that talent, to grow that talent? And in doing that, it's not only good, but the research tells us that you heighten your chances of attracting best talent, retaining best talent, and really heightening performance as well. I mean, I could get into the research, but just take it at face value.
And completely. And once you make that investment, you will keep that asset in your organization, hopefully, for their whole career. I love that. Not all of us kind of live true to these moments like you have, Janine. There is something burning within you, I get that, but it's not easy every day. What mantra do you fall back on to keep you kind of focused on that true north?
I think it's, I've got the saying, love your job and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Like, try and invest in your passion, because when you've got passion and you mix it with work, you get magic. You get absolute magic. So I think that's the first thing, is just really try to find what it is that makes your heart go boom, 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 and try and invest into that. I think that's the big thing, is once you find your passion, man, the explosion.
Well, look what you've done in just 6 months.
Yeah.
Look what you've achieved with your incredible organization. The two at the back make my heart go boom, boom, boom. This is the space that I love the most. Carla, I just love your smile, the fact that you have embraced this opportunity. If you could talk to yourself at the beginning of this journey, looking at the insecurities that you had, the challenges that you might have thought were standing in your way, what advice would you have given yourself if you had a moment to just have that one-on-one?
I'll probably tell myself, why were you that person? Why were you scared when the world is just trying to be there for you as well? Like, just be myself. Why was I scared when the world is so nice and the experiences are amazing? Opportunities are there if you just be yourself.
Oh, man, and I'm just feeling so much gratitude towards the organization that has allowed you to feel like this, because that is a massive transition. Well, you see, sorry, you're like me, but I know when you want to talk, and I'm sitting here like, I just want to explode with words and energy, and I love that about you, because you have proven, and I know right now there are young men and women looking at this thinking and believing that they can't. And I'm sure you were there at a point where you felt like you were the one that was being cast aside. Mm-hmm. What advice do you have for someone who is where you were, where they couldn't move, they were maybe feeling overwhelmed? Now that you've started to smash down these walls, what advice do you have for them?
I would say to you that get up, wake up, and find your place in the world. Get out there and show out. And once you are in, trust the process. Because I didn't know that I'll be where I am, ticking goals. Like, I'm now looking at ticking, what's my next goal? What's my next goal now?
You have an
And I really never thought that I would be living my dream. I used to stand there and watch people go to work, come to work. And now I'm living my own dream. And it's exciting. And I'm learning other areas of my life. And it's an exciting thing. And in order for you as a person to reach where I am, to just get out,
Show up. Exactly.
kick that blanket and say, I need this, I want this, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to do it, and do it.
Yeah. Thank you so much to my amazing panel this morning. And that's the bottom line. And I know that's where it begins often, with just getting out of bed. When you feel like the world is crumbling in, tumbling in upon you, please know that there are incredible people, organizations. There are young people proving every day that we have got this. You've just got to get up.
Show up.
Go out there and show up every single day, and it will come. I think we're going to do this every single Monday because it has been the most motivational Monday. Thank you so much to this amazing panel for doing what you do every day, most importantly. And please, if you want to plug into this, connect with our socials. We'll bring you a few little extra tidbits there as well. Thank you so much to everyone who is taking their purpose and using it like this to ignite others' purpose within them. Thank you so much. Well done.